A little bit fuzzy. Alright. Looks like we are live. Good morning, everybody. Blue Dooley here, and today we're going to be checking out some flatbed cargo mods. But first we have to finish delivering a wheel loader down to Steamboat Springs. So let me bring back the game, and I hope I got the audio adjusted pretty good. Okay, monitors did a little weird thing. I think we're all right now. So we are in the Mack Superliner, and as you can see over here, we have the wheel loader from Twin Falls down to Steamboat Springs, and we're going to make 25,000 bucks with it. And I paused the game just as we were getting to the Colorado state line, so once we get back in the game here, we're already running. And hopefully the truck sounds pretty good, so we probably better get rolling before the people behind us get mad. There we are. Colorful Colorado. "26 miles to Craig." I guess once we get to Craig, we should probably get some fuel. Tried to move myself so you can see the GPS a little better. But I picked myself up a new gamepad, so hopefully no more weird lane changes. Although it appears there isn't a gas station in Craig, so we might be in a little bit of trouble. Main Street Fashion. Barbershop. Number 1, barbershop. Autumn's hanging out there a little ways. Oh, there is a gas station. We just can't get fuel there. It's a bit of a bummer. A little odd that there's no turn lane, but it's alright. Apparently it's not that far to our next destination, so lucky us. I think it's a little more than 9 miles in real life from Craig to Steamboat Springs. Apparently, Steamboat Springs is in the real place in this game. But we're here. That's all that matters. As long as we can get unloaded without running out of fuel. I'm telling you, you need the fast gate mod. Let's see, where would you like it? The other side of the building, no problem. I wonder how much stuff will be in our way. Nothing in our way. That's nice. Yeah, that's a little close, but that's all right. You're not actually supposed to change range when you're in reverse. The game doesn't know that, though. So we got it a little close to that side, but decouple and see how we did. 553 miles, took 10 hours, 49 minutes, and used 162 gallons of fuel. That bumped us up to level 12. And we made 25,022 bucks. Let's see here. Let's just go ahead and keep increasing our cargo value. %20 higher reward for high value delivery. Let's see here. Now we got a boom list Casper on too big of a trailer, and a vulture up to Cheyenne. We are completely out of fuel, so we're not going to make it anywhere. Not even sure where we are on the map. New upgrades available, or upgrade, yeah, for the trailer. Wheels, yeah. Ooh. Come on, game. And wheels. Steamboat Springs is over there. I wonder why this is... That was Craig. So I wonder why this is called Steamboat Springs. Because Craig's not on the map, I guess. How far is it to the fuel island? 49 miles. I don't think we're going to chance it. Let's say we're going to quick travel back to Twin. Of course. I didn't think it was damaged. All right. And we'll do 11%. I guess we'll tow to service. Huh. I didn't realize the truck had taken that much damage. The game's really picky. Okay, repair the truck. The chassis took 11 damage. Huh. Let's see here. I did get a mod so we can have the honeybee from the Oklahoma DLC ride with us. So switch that out. Got my duffel bag and my super huge fire extinguisher. Hard hat on the floor. Let's see, what engine do we have in this? We got the 680 V8 Mack E9. It looks like all of our Z mod engines are in here now, as well as the engines the truck came with. We're running out of fuel. Yeah. Looks like there's a fuel island up there. There's also a job right back there, too. Yampa River. Oh, diesel's expensive even in the game. $917 fill up the truck. Let's say we're getting some snacks while we're looking here at the job market. How about some Steamboat? A loader on too big of a trailer. Wind turbine. Packaging, the mulcher. Tank down to New Mexico. Power generator over to Utah. Well, it doesn't pay much, but it's kind of heading back in the direction I want to go. Because at the moment, I don't really want to do like multi-state deliveries. I kind of want to stay close to my home base there in Twin Falls. So we'll go ahead and take the power generator, head to Vernal, Utah. And anyone need a drink or snacks before we get rolling? Ding Funds, Richie Palace? I probably did not pronounce that right. So here we got a garage up there we could buy. But we're not working on buying garages right now. We don't even have another driver yet. Of me, the Superliner. I wonder if we're going back over to where we were. Where we dropped that wheel loader off. That'd be funny. Back to where we were. They had an accident over there, it looks like. I do that in real life too. Without a trailer. Come to a stop a little sooner than I expect. But I hope everyone's week is going well. And appreciate you tuning in. We're just kind of doing a casual thing right now, and I didn't see any new loads there, so we'll have to get someplace maybe a little bigger than Steamboat Springs to see the new cargo loads from the mod. T800. Yes, a change sweet. Now you can at least see where we were. Well, we dropped the loader off now that it's nice and sunny out. Shame we can't go down to rifle. Coming in a little hot. Came in a little hot. And the load's changed on us. However, a load of skid steers is one of the new loads. I don't know if I want to run up to Gillette, Wyoming now. That's kind of a bummer. Yeah. Let's fast travel back to Twin. See if we can see a larger variety of cargo. Steamboat's just a little too small. Shoshone, Idaho. I go through there quite a bit. We got 58,000. I know our loan's going to come up here in a bit. Let's swing into the garage and see how much it costs to upgrade our garage. Yeah, as you can see right now, we got the starter rundown garage. Let's manage the garage. Can we upgrade it? Production, we're at 100%. Productivity. Well, yeah. You don't have enough money to upgrade your garage. Minimum of $180,000. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. What about trailer purchases? Get us a lowboy. Now I do have a mod that's supposed to add some more lowboy configurations. Which apparently we got to be level 15 before we can even see. Ooh, we got the aluminum fenders. That's new. Put the aluminum fenders on the rear. Yes, I want to cancel because I don't want to pay that much. We could use a tank. Tanks are kind of pricey. And we don't want to haul dirt. So let's price this out a drop deck. See what we can work with here. Single. We can do drop deck. We'd spend $8,000, make it a wood or make it aluminum. Let's see here. We can only run a 48 footer. Get a triaxle though. And of course, it's going to give us stars because we got more wheel choices. Go aluminum boxes, or we could do the chrome boxes. Apparently we can't change the lights on it. I guess that's not banner, is it? No. Huh. I don't know what that is then. Well, we're up to 40 already. $8,000 for custom paint. Actually, I suppose in real life that wouldn't be that bad. I suppose the question is, can we get paint? Or a nice set of chromies. We're going to be flirting dangerously with our budget here. Let's not get a trailer right now. Let's make a little more money first. Although we could do a standard trailer, see what we can get. 48-foot triaxle. Looks like that's going to be the longest configuration of trailer we can get. Yeah. Yeah. We shall move on then. Okay. Let's see here. We got oversized loads, special cargoes we could do. And those aren't. Let's see. We want price. Take some trees to Cheyenne. Don't believe I've seen that cargo before. Soda ash to Lewiston. Empty pallets to Washington. That's a bit of a haul. Waste paper, rock bucket to Butte, Montana. That's pretty good payout for something that doesn't weigh nothing. Mortar. And let's see, we got bulldozer, Pocatello, soil to Utah, empty pallets to Salt Lake, potatoes down to Jackpot. The trees do pay pretty good. Like I said, I do not recall seeing these in game before. So let's get us a load of trees. Go to Cheyenne. Oh, traffic lights. Well, I'm a bit fuzzy in that. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. You're not necessarily here to look at me, you're here to watch the game. Kind of bugging me. 1 second. That looks better. That looks better. Sorry about that. It's bugging me. Kind of bugging me there. Now I'm not so fuzzy and distracted. Of course, now I also changed screens. I need a bigger monitor. Come on. It's green. Doesn't get any greener. Learn to drive. Oh, the merging. The dreaded merging. Of course, people don't know how to merge in real life, so... Or is there an accident up there? Yep. All too realistic some days. All too realistic. Now, I know it'd be weird because they're not everywhere. But if SCS partnered up with some, like, actual gas stations, like, that should be a Maverick. And that'd be cool if they had, like, a few more real companies in the game. I'd imagine the licensing for that would be expensive, but at the same time, it could also be free advertising if you just said, yeah, you can absolutely put our gas stations in your game because that's free advertising for us. Again, I don't know how licensing actually works. I would think, though, that if they showed you the product, how it looks in game, you know, if it looked accurate and did not show your company in a negative light, I would think more people would want, you know, their products or companies in games, because it is. It's free advertising. Everybody you watch streaming it, you wouldn't even need to run an ad. That's the viewpoint. Which I've not been too concerned with getting those. I have them in my other profile. Well, at least we got here fast. So our load didn't expire. Some hay bales properly strapped down, which is something you don't see in the real world. Those don't look too bad. I honestly do not recall if they're an end-game load or not. Might have bumped that a little hard. Do our lights. Alright. Lights work, away we go. With some trees. Now game time says 10 hours. And I know Laramie's right at about 8.5 hours from Twin Falls. So yeah, 10 hours in a semi-truck's probably fairly realistic. It's funny how you can haul the massive parts at level 12, but you can't get a 53-foot trailer at level 12. That's kind of odd. It's 7 a.m., so at least we'll drive pretty much all day. If you're wondering, I do not have fatigue simulated, and I had to turn the traffic fences off because, quite truthfully, I hated getting fined for making a right turn. In the United States, you can make a right turn on red, unless it says not to, at the light. But generally, you can make a right turn on red. A little hiccup there with the train. That's kind of weird. That was a nice little pickup. So Rock Creek is here in town, but the creek's not that wide. It's about a quarter that wide. The bridge also doesn't look this nice. See, and this is the problem with the traffic density mods is if we'd have got that massive tech part, we'd pretty much been stuck here. You could have made that. You could have made that. So if you want to do the specialty cargo missions, disable traffic density mods. Like, you kind of want the lowest traffic density you can get in the game. Just so you don't end up like this, because there'd been a police car sitting over here, there in the corner, and that would stop traffic from moving, and you'd be sitting here forever. And I can tell you that because I've been stuck at this light forever. I had to abandon the mission. Except I didn't have enough money to pay for it. So I had to just load a previous save before I actually took the cargo. So yeah, don't use higher traffic density mods if you want to haul special transports. If you don't care about hauling specialty transports, you can run whatever traffic mods you want. Or maybe only do them at night, where the traffic would be thinner. There is the stone church there on that corner. The courthouse is there, and the jail's there. And we're stopping. There's also a church that looks like that right there. I'm just not sure why they put a house in the middle of the park. That's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Yes. There is a great little burger place right here called the Burnt Lemon. And right where that building sits, actually a payday loan thing. But there's a restaurant right there. But that horse sculpture, that's where it should be. That's pretty much what that corner looks like. So well done, SCS, on that. I really have to say, for the things like statues and landmarks, they do a really good job. Blue Lakes does have businesses kind of on one side and housing on the other for a little while. That should be a Lowe's, though, not a Home Depot. Drive trucks in real life. So they have real trucking companies advertising in the game. That's kind of funny. 555 divorce discount lawyer. Most of our lawyer billboards here in Idaho are for traffic accidents. We have a lot of ambulance chasers in Idaho. It would be cool to... Oh, shit. What the hell happened there? Wasn't that close to the wall. giant boxes. But they have a platform there that they take out sometimes for base jumpers. And they animated some base jumpers jumping off the bridge. That'd be kind of neat. And that water park right there, it's not open. And it never has been, apparently. Wife remembers seeing it there when she was a little kid, coming over here to see her grandparents. So they've pretty much been working on it for at least 35 plus years. Don't know if the wife would like me telling you how old she is. Let's see here. It wants us to go through Salt Lake. The other problem with the traffic density mods is the AI isn't smart enough to maintain speed. You wonder if they're going to keep this way station open since they're building the new one. They'll probably close the way station but leave the rest area for cars. $47,000. That's pretty light. It's alright, pays good. Not every load has to be heavy. Why are you going so slow? Sorry. I mean, you're not even doing 65, right out loud. The game needs more speeders. More people in cars speeding and more trucks at least doing the speed limit. Granted, most of the mega carriers are speed limited at 65 or 62. And one of the milk hauling outfits around here is actually governed at like 55, which is just utterly ridiculous. Which 55 mile an hour is 80 something kilometers an hour, because I know 50 mile an hour is 80 kilometers an hour. And 70 mile an hour is 110 kilometers an hour, I think. You'd think I'd know that because my speedometer has mile an hour and kilometers on it, both in my pickup truck and my work truck. Welcome to Utah. And Utah doesn't have split speed limits for trucks and cars. So if the speed limit's 80 and your truck can do 80, you could run 80 mile an hour. Granted, the last time I was through Utah, if you were doing the speed limit, which is 80, most of the people were passing you like you were parked, except trucks. Not being able to merge in a construction zone, God, it's painfully accurate. Like, people just do not know how to do this. Come on. Skinny pedal on the right, for fuck's sakes. Good on fuel, so set the cruise at 80. I mean, these trees ain't heavy enough to look pretty good in the mirror too. Bottomed out our speedometer. Apparently the old Superliner thinks 80 mile an hour is the fastest you're ever going to go. Which, yeah. Let's see here. Probably going to go to the way station. Because why wouldn't we? going to go through Salt Lake. That's cool. It's been quite some time since I personally have been through Salt Lake. And I remember speeding. And, well, actually, it was pre the Winter Olympics in Salt Lake. So they were actually doing all the construction to handle the traffic for the Olympics. And, yeah, it was a mess. And if you weren't doing at least 10 over, you were about getting ran over. Haven't been in quite some time. Well, 20 plus years since the last time I was through Salt Lake, because anytime we'd go through from Twin to Laramie or Laramie to Twin, we'd always come up this way through Ogden and avoid Salt Lake City altogether. Considerably less traffic this way. What are we doing? Somebody tipped over. That's what we're doing. That's an expensive oops. They did kind of cut out some interesting rock features along this way, though. Sorry, car. We're coming over. That was also painfully accurate. I gotta get past the truck. Must get in front of the truck no matter the cost. Come on. Jesus. Now, when Mom came up and visited us, and when she goes down to Denver to visit my sister, she doesn't even come this far south. She actually gets off at the exit for Lava Hot Springs and Soda Springs. Goes across to Old 30, comes out kind of in Kemmerer, and then gets on 80 and just avoids Ogden and Utah altogether. Guess we should make sure nobody's coming. I'm not sure. I just realized that it's not an inspection when you're on the scale. It's a scale. That's it. You know, if you got something obvious hanging off the truck, they'll tell you to pull over. But if they're going to do an actual DOT inspection, they'll pull you out of the way and then do their inspection. Like this port has a, they can pull trucks indoors in their inspections. Lots of fireworks stations in Wyoming and Idaho. I think you have to get off the highway to discover Evanston. Run 76, that'll be right. We'll go back exterior. Just so we can see more of the surroundings, because it is pretty. A lot of wind turbines in Wyoming. Guess I could stay in my lane. Yeah, new controller, we're not getting any random left turn jerks. Jerkiness, I should say. Little America is that truck stop. Well, since I've been there. There's the Little America here, kind of in the western part of Wyoming, and then there's one in Cheyenne. And the one in Cheyenne has a golf course on it. If you don't blow the air horn or fire off the Jake brakes in the tunnel, are you really living your life? I mean, tunnels are made for Jake brakes and air horns. Or downshifting and, you know, letting your engine sing a little more if you're running a V8. If you're coming over or not. Well, it doesn't matter now. kind of interested in Kansas and Nebraska because I've been through both states. And there are pretty places in both states. But like I-70 and I-80, there's a lot of flat and a lot of nothing in both Kansas and Nebraska. A whole lot of nothing. Kind of like Wyoming, but with less elevation change. Because parts of Texas, fair bit of Oklahoma, most of Kansas, most of Nebraska, you get to the state line and you can almost see across the entire state. Yeah, minus the whole curvature of the earth thing. I mean, they're pretty flat and pretty boring. And I've mentioned it in other streams. I think that's kind of one of the things that's hard to convey in the game because the map shrunk down so much. Is just how much absolutely nothing there is in the United States. Like, there's far too much traffic right now on the interstate in Wyoming. It's primarily truck traffic. Okay, not going that fast, so pass. Just as soon as I get back up to speed, someone's got to be right there. Just discovered Rollins. But yeah, this is pretty much accurate to what Wyoming looks like along I-80. A lot of nothing. Because it's high plains desert. And actually, a long time ago, Wyoming was underwater. Back when dinosaurs roamed the earth. So it's actually fairly common. Well, I mean, finding fossils isn't fairly common. But you will see a fair number of crustacean fossils. Like trilobites and stuff. And the state dinosaur is the Triceratops. I don't know what the Idaho state dinosaur is. I should look that up. That way I can do a better job tour guiding through the states. are trees doing back there? They look like they're doing all right. I really like how they're all not perfectly straight. They're a little crooked to each other, which would be accurate because, you know, their root balls aren't going to be exactly the same. We're actually going to get off here in Laramie and roll through town, as I grew up in Laramie. I am surprised they called that the Iron Skillet, because it is a petrol station. There isn't a car lot there. It's a hotel. And there's way too much shit over there. They have the University of Wyoming, which you can actually see the dorms up over that way. If I can remember which way I need to point on my camera. And they are the tallest buildings in the state. And because one of them leans, one of them's like 2 inches taller than the other one. Again, very condensed version of town even, which is funny because it's not a very big town. But the church is there. You know, downtown's pretty much just 2 stories. You could actually take a picture of the church. Bucks now. I'm glad the game developers put payday loan places in the game, because unfortunately they are fairly prolific in the United States. That church is there. We're turning. Come on. You can do it. So this corner is fairly accurate to real life. There's a flower garden there. The dormitories are right there. We're going to get out of the truck here a second. Hopefully the game won't freeze on us, which it seems like it's going to do. We're going to come over here to Photo Studio. Because this statue is here in Laramie in front of the Washakie Center, which is the cafeteria for the University of Wyoming. And the coloration might be just a teensy bit off, but that is really there. And again, things like this to me is what really kind of brings the towns and things to life. We'll take a picture of him. Yeah, the dorms do look like this. That's pretty much what the Washakie Center looks like anymore. I don't know why they called it the Shibuki. But, yeah. That kind of stuff's cool to me. Now this part of town, they get a little weird. Because again, there's a lot more between the university and this building. And the bucking bronc is actually over on a different part of campus. You can't actually see it from this road. But that is the statue of Steamboat, the horse, which is on the Wyoming license plate. Laramie doesn't have a Home Depot. They got a Walmart. And that motel's a rundown shithole. Plus they built a new one there, but I don't think so. This is kind of one of the places I'm a little bummed with the way they did this. As you would get over. It didn't really capture how steep this grade is. As you're either really light or you got a lot of horsepower to get up this grade at 75 mile an hour. The statue of Lincoln here on the left is really accurate. And usually when you get up here, you go, here we are on Sherman Pass, because there's old Lincoln sitting on his ass. I don't know where anybody heard that from. Dad told us at one time, so I don't know if he just made it up on the spot or if it was a common trucker thing. Go, for fuck's sakes! And that's why it's mostly family friendly, because sometimes I swear at the AI like I swear at real life drivers. I myself am trying to bring more realism to the game by yelling at traffic like I do in real life. Get off the fucking road if you're going. Jackass. The truck up there actually has some of the new cargo from the flatbed expanded cargo mod. I don't know why SCS didn't allow the containers to be placed on a drop deck, as it's fairly common to do in real life. You don't have to just put them on container trailers. As long as they're not the tall cubes. I've also seen them on regular flatbeds too. So there is a gigantic Walmart distribution center on the west side of Cheyenne. And I do mean gigantic. So here's the other little America, which again is a golf course. So you know, if you're here and you got to take your mandatory 34-hour break, or you got time, you can fill up the truck, get an oil change, maybe hit the back nine. I don't know how popular golfing is with truck drivers. I personally do not know any that golf. That doesn't mean they're not out there, though. That's a fancy playhouse for a steakhouse. Don't normally see a playhouse at steakhouses most of the time. I'm actually going to give us the easier back in. That's kind of cool. As we don't need our jerk brakes on in the parking lot. I forget they actually have a loading dock here, because usually you're backing in under there. 11 hours and a minute, mainly because we took a detour through Laramie, so I could give you some tour guiding. Burned 149.3 gallons fuel. Got a proficiency bonus and our long distance delivery bonus. Made $19,908. Let's see what we can pick up from here. Let's see here. We can go up to Montana. Or down to Pueblo. Or way back down to Clovis, New Mexico. Don't want to do any of those. So let's see here. Click on Cheyenne. Let's see if we could take a storage tank to price for $25,000. That's pretty good. Reinforcing bars to somewhere in Colorado. Wrigley. All-terrain careen down to New Mexico. Let's see, we got used packaging to Bozeman, sugar to Bozeman, massive tech part, air conditioning unit, waste paper, paint, Gillette, Wyoming. Drive out to Ogden. We can go back to Steamboat Springs. Let's see here. Large bulk tank. Cables. Glass up to Casper. This packaging. What? There aren't big bodies of water big enough in Wyoming to need an oversized load buoy. That's like an ocean buoy, not a lake buoy. Let's go back here. And ooh. Now that's the kind of pay we're looking for here. We could zip back over to Laramie, pick up some reinforcing bars and go to Moab. That'd be a pretty good haul. Bozeman, Montana, Kennewick, Wyoming. That'd be a long haul too. I'd like to see some more of the Hotel of the Great Falls. That's not too bad of a haul. I mean, I do have a mod, and I even have it in the title, a cargo mod. So I kind of think I should find one of them cargoes. Sandpoint to Seattle. Storing tanks, forklifts. I like the forklifts on the drop deck. That's forklifts on drop decks way better than a lowboy. Log loader, lumber. A lot of reinforcing bars. Tub grinder. Okay, seriously, where are my new cargoes at? We saw one in game even. Vegetables, construction equipment. Geez, we got to go to Kalispell, Montana, Miles City, Montana to find our first decent load or a modded load. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Utility poles. Those might be new. Yeah, not a lot of options when it comes to. There's another one, Rock Springs, Wyoming to boost in Montana. Hmm, that's just really weird. Of course, if I had bought a trailer, uh, we could force it to show us more loads for the trailer, I suppose. We're up to 76,000, so maybe that's what we'll do is we'll get ourselves our drop deck, even though we're stuck at 48 feet. There's another one. Empty pallets. Come on, give us some good stuff. I think we're gonna have to buy a trailer so I can show you those loads. Okay, so let's see here. Trailer purchase. We want ourselves a drop deck. And we got enough money we can really play around with it. Let's see here. Kind of like the wood look. Ooh, come on. Okay. So 23,000 for a triaxle. But that's I want my triaxle. And while it's expensive, I also want it paint matched. Let's see here. We're going to do the chrome boxes because they look cool. I mean, chrome don't get you home, but let's see here. Let's go with the seagull chrome. And let's see here. Standard. I like the Smarties wheel pack uh, bolts. They look more realistic. Let's see here. The hub. We got red. We're not going to do a cover, so. These are the in-game rims. Yeah, they do have the Alcoa, but they're not the polished. Those are a little bigger. Progress Chrome, AccuRide Steelies. But I'll just go with the Seagull Chrome. You could super single them, I suppose. Or are those not an option yet? No, we can't. Can't run super singles yet. We're not a high enough level. Which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Tires. Yeah, we'll just run the Dynamics. Your bumper, we can't change our lights. Can't change the mud flat or back of the trailer. We could put banners on it, but we really don't need them. Let's see here. Let's go. Let's go with the exclusive lights. Can't have. You can never have too many lights, right? And we'll throw the chrome boxes up here. And do we want a bulkhead? Yeah, since I'm not running a cab guard on the truck, I think we'll run a bulkhead on the trailer. That's a good looking setup. I am just a big fan of having the trailer paint matched to the truck. It's expensive, but God, it looks good. Okay, so purchase that. Yeah, we only have the one garage, so yes, I do. All right, so quick travel back to Twin, grab our trailer, and hopefully we'll be able to find us some of those new cargoes. It's just not running as smoothly as it usually does today. And I had really thought that I cleaned up the PC the other day, so I'd hoping it would run smoother. Oh well. Let's go hook onto our trailer and hopefully get us some better loads. I kind of think if you have a garage in a town, you should be able to fast travel to your garage. That's just me, though. I just think you should be able to fast travel to the garage. Our poor sad, dilapidated garage. Poor sad garage. We'll upgrade it eventually. Because we'll have to so we can hire a driver. Let's sleep so we can get some daylight. Or we'll start off at 3:56 in the morning, apparently. And we'll get our trailer out. Trailer manager. Yes, I do. Right. Use your own trailer. Let's see here. We're sorted by price again, so. There's more trees, a driller. Here we go, some construction equipment. Finally. Twin Falls to Winnemucca, Nevada. Doesn't pay super huge, but that's all right. Let's see what else we got. It's the only new cargo we got from Twin Falls. So I guess that's what we're taking. I was hoping to see a little more. There we go. We got our first trailer hooked up to our first truck. It's a great looking setup. I should probably take the parking brake off. Poor dude just must not have his keys because he's been standing there for 10 hours. And if you're wondering, the truck engine, the Mack V8 from this era does kind of have that kind of gurgly kind of tone. Let's see here. Let's just skip it. The heck with it. You don't get any bonuses for pulling into the loading area, right? So that's one of the new containers from the mod ads. And the thing I really like about this is it's not a trailer load of the same things. You got a cable spool up front, a shipping container in the middle, and then you got a New Holland skid steer on the back. I'd kind of like to see a little more varied loads in the game, because you don't always necessarily load up a whole trailer load of the identical things to take them to a location. What would be another good mix? Like, instead of having a whole trailer full of brick, with blocks, maybe throw, half a trailer load of block, and then the rest of the trailer be lumber. Or, maybe if you're going from a big warehouse, have a couple pallets of block, a couple pallets of brick, a couple bunks of lumber, and maybe a dumpster to go to the home improvement store. I'd like to see some more cargo variety. Boy, that guy got here early. Catch you later, bud. Because unfortunately, the low boys and the flatbeds are the only loads you ever see. I mean, you could put a zillion different things in a reefer and not have to worry about making a game asset for it. But the containers were already in the game, so not being able to haul them on a flatbed was just kind of an oversight. But it's cool to have a little more mix up in the sorry, trying to see the chains. That is not how you tie down a skid steer, though. Yeah, that's terrible. You don't go around the wheels. There are hooks on the back and the front. So I wouldn't use 2 chains either. I'd have 4. Four corners. Proper way. Didn't do a light check with my new trailer. Shame on me. Plugged. Cold drink. Don't tell me we had another accident again. I just don't know how to merge. I know you guys are bad drivers, but come on. Yeah, we're good to run. Because it should be a blinking arrow. It's got a long road sign on that triple. That's cool. You do see that occasionally. So we have less than half tank, so probably need to stop next time I see a gas station and fill her up. Yeah, mixed cargo on the trailer. That's cool. Definitely a mod worth checking out. It is on Steam. So just go on Steam and look up some trailer mods. And then we're out in the country, we will throw the jake brakes back on. And that squiggle line, we actually do that in Twin Falls County in a few places. Clear that way, clear this way. Got the sunrise. Nice early start, 5 o'clock in the morning. Actually, it was 4 something when we unloaded or loaded, so. Beautiful day for some trucking. There's somebody out harvesting. tiny little way station out this way. It is that tiny. That gas station and museum's actually out here too. Like I said, gamer, truck driver, video game tour guy. I do a little bit of it all. And since they're not going super fast, I guess we're still gaining on them. I'm not even doing the speed limit. There is a washout station down there by the Nevada state line. Unfortunately, they did kind of flatten this route out a little bit, as the grade into Jackpot's a little on the steep side. It's not super steep, but it is downhill, not uphill. There is the Highway 90 or the 93 casino. What are you doing? Why did you stop? Break down? Are you an idiot? You're an idiot. That'll load us a big old pipe. A lot of T800s out today. Come on! Go! Skinny pedal on the right. Not the brake pedal, the go pedal. Go. Well, if a modder could fix that, that would be swell. We're probably not going to get up to 70 the whole trip down there, are we? Up to 66. It's a big improvement over 40. The drive actually from Twin Falls down to Wells is actually really pretty. I think so. I kind of like desert. It's also a lot more interesting from a driver's perspective because the road's curvy, there's lots of hills. I mean, Idaho Falls, kind of flat. So to me, going down to Jackpot's, or Elko, excuse me, we already went through Jackpot. Twin down to Wells, and over to Elko. It is a pretty nice drive. Go, for fuck's sakes. If I had no damage mod enabled, I'd have just ran your ass over. So this would be the little town of Wells. If they wanted to add some oddly location-specific accuracy, you'd occasionally hear some ladies from the brothels on the CB radio telling you about if you go see them, you can get a free shower and free coffee. Which isn't probably family friendly. And again, it's very location specific. And I suppose a bit creepy depending on your take on the world's oldest profession. I laugh. I always get a chuckle out of it when I hear him come on the CB radio. I suppose we'll have to pull in. Oh, we can bypass. Nice. Trying to slouch so I didn't cut the top of my head off, but kind of hurt my back a little bit. I won't say I run down to Elko frequently, but in fact, actually, last year I didn't go long. It was mostly pole barns and things. Hey, there was one of our loads. Let's see here. Our gas station over there. I think that's just a Kenworth dealer. I think that's just Kenworth. Should be a fuel place here in Elko, though. There's one. We'll swing in and get some fuel. Okay, that highlighted the whole intersection. That was weird. Because sometimes at the intersections, if you go off, it doesn't highlight the portion of the highway underneath the bridge. Sparky's Arcade. Well, you don't see those too often anymore. Alright, well, if you need a snack, now's the time to get snacks. Maybe refill your coffee. It is 7:44 on a Sunday. Scrub the windshield. And we'll make sure we miss that. And we'll creep out of here on low. Scuffing up them trailer tires though on that. Could have stopped at the diner, but you didn't say nothing. I have actually been down to Winnemucca at work a couple of times. It makes for a long day. Winnemucca is pretty much on the very edge of get it done in a day. Because we only have 11 hours to drive, and it's right at 5.5 hours to get down there. Classic pickup here. Really should put a cruise control button on my game pad. Apparently it was tighter than I thought it was. Since we're hitting the little over 2 hour mark, once we get this one unloaded, I'm going to take a break, grab some lunch. For real. Real lunch. And then I'll come back and we'll kind of pick up where we're at. I also think keeping my stream sessions a little shorter so when I upload them to YouTube, I'm not uploading like 5-hour videos to YouTube. Jake brakes don't echo, right? it's odd that Nevada, the whole intersection lights up. I wonder if they quit doing that after Nevada. And of course, I switch lanes, and this is where we need to go. Always. They kind of flatten this road out too, because I-80 across between Elko and Winnemucca, there's a couple real steep grades in there. I suppose that is the hard part of making the game, is deciding what features on the real world do you put in the game. I'm not gonna discover it. I've only ever been on the outskirts of Winnemucca. I've never actually been in Winnemucca. You know what? We're gonna cheat. Instead of trying to turn around in there where there's no room. We'll spin around out here. Probably could have done this a little better either way, but... And I know, backing up from the exterior camera is technically cheating, but since I do this in real life, I'm going to cheat in the game. Partly because the mirror FOV, even with improvements, it still doesn't look right in the mirror to me. And it's a game. And you can drive it from externally. Yeah, we're a little crooked. That was a little weird bump. Well, at least get her in there straight. Set the brakes. Shut the engine off. Let's see how we did it. Maybe. All right. We went 249 miles. Took us 5 hours, 34 minutes. Burned 68.2 gallons of fuel. And we made 8,700 bucks. Let's see what they got on offer here real quick. We got some rollers. We got basically the same thing over to Santa Cruz. Big tires, but down to Vegas. We could take cables back up to Twin Falls. That actually pays all right. Concrete slabs. We just hauled back up for a little more money. We're going to take that job. We already got loaded, so that's going to do it for this portion of the stream. I'm going to log off, go get some lunch, let the dog outside, and come back and pick up and go back up to Twin Falls.